I got some glare going here. Well, anyway, Merry Christmas. Hopefully the audio is good. It looks like it is. Okay, and that glare should move out of the way as we move forward here too. Let me try to fix this a little bit. There we go. It's a little better. Hey, the Hermit. Hey, Adrian. Hey, Ethan. Yo. Merry Christmas, everybody. And Mothra cannot be here today, and we couldn't do the thing last night. And I'm really sorry, and she is too. And I should have made a video to tell everybody that we weren't going to do it, but I figured you guys would figure it out. So I'm sorry about that. What's up, T Man? And I hope that everybody has had an awesome Christmas, and it's not over yet. And that everybody is still doing their Christmas festivities with their families and things. Um, we've had a great Christmas here this year. It's been really, really good. And I'm going to be able to see my daughters more this week. And, spending time with your family, of course, is like so important. It's precious. And, um, we really never know if we're going to have certain people here next year. So I definitely try to hold them near and dear to my heart. Hey, Asariel. Hey, happy holidays to you too, brother. How are you? It's great to see you, and thank you for being here. Um, yeah, I mean, ooh, Christmas has been a tough one for me, especially like the past, I think like 4 years were really, really tough. Because for a long time, and my relationship with my three daughters was like severely strained to the point that I wasn't even able to really see them. And and that was like I was making a lot of really bad choices in my life. And now that relationship has been repaired, and it's being in the process of being repaired. And like Christmas is like such a special time. And we had such a good time yesterday. We made some cookies and stuff, and we ordered pizza and had a good time. But what I'm really looking forward to is on Thursday, we're going to go. Sarah and my stepdaughter Sagan and my three daughters are going to all go to a Washington Capitals hockey game, and we're going to stay at the Renaissance Hotel and like go to Chinatown and have like a delicious meal. It's going to be so good. I'm like really looking forward to that. Yeah, the background will make a good ceiling. Yeah, right. Yeah, it's this is something that Mothra and I like to trip out to. Sorry, my hair is such a freaking mess today. I haven't really combed it much yet, but happy holidays to you too, Luke Johnson. So T Man says so far for him, it's been, let's say, spiritually taxing, but it's not over yet. So you're hoping to see if you can salvage your mood. Well, I hope so, man. I know it is tough. Like being around, there's always that aspect of like being around people that you want to see and be around. But I think for a lot of us, unfortunately, it's a lot of being around people that maybe you would rather not have to be around, maybe people that you have like a sticky past with or something. And that can be tough. Like I remember it was really tough for me as a kid going to my grandmother's house like we did every year for Christmas Eve, even though it was like one of the best things that I look forward to every year. Um, my piece of crap cousin that molested me was there and was going to be there, and so it was always like really stressful for me to have to go do that because I knew that I was going to have to see him, and like that was really freaking hard. And I had to do that for years and years and years. And so like, how effed up is that Christmas gets turned into some sick thing where you're having to try to avoid some freaking sick crap that happened to you in the past that you would want to forget about every day. And so, yeah, the holidays can be tough, man. So T Man, I hope for you that the holidays are going to be less. They shouldn't be spiritually taxing. They should be spiritually nourishing, right? And I know that's what we all want. Um, you know that um, that spiritual sustenance that the people that we really love and care about provide for us, and and that's certainly what I strive to provide in the lives of the people that I love and care about. I fall short of it a lot, that's for sure. Um, and sometimes I'm not the provider of that spiritual sustenance. Sometimes I'm the one that's taking it away. And that sucks. But I guess we all do that too. Hey, Ethan. So, what is the program for this live stream? Let's see. I wanted to kind of just today. What's up, Dan Best? Really, I just kind of wanted to talk about um, like what I've been seeing is like coming for this new year. Um, talk about some different aspects of magic, really like whatever you all want to talk about. Um, you know, a lot of you that have been here for a while over the years, thank you a lot. And I know I've been like the most inconsistent dude ever, and I've been trying to change that for a long time. Um, I don't know. I was going through periods of, I don't know, spiritual amnesia, if you want to call it that, kind of like where I was forgetting who I am and kind of losing myself. Um, at times too, like feeling like I don't know. It's more than like that. I lost my connection. Like almost sometimes, like I forgot that I almost like felt that I forgot how to even do magic or something. Like it's weird. Um, and it kind of goes in line with like that. Something I've talked about before, which I call like the matrix fog. And the matrix fog is something that you can find yourself stuck in, and but you don't realize that you're in it, and like until you actually become aware of it, it's something that you've been stuck in for like 3 to 6 months maybe, to where maybe your spiritual life is not what it normally is. You're not practicing magic like you normally would. Everything that you would normally be doing is not happening, and for some reason you're not even aware of that, and you're going through life doing all these other things except for all the stuff that you love to do and all the stuff. And it's like that, yeah, depression causes stuff like that too, but this is more than that. It's kind of like literally like a fog. Like it's almost like the matrix creates it in order to hinder your progress spiritually and magically. And also because, in my opinion, from it, like the matrix does not like you altering reality. It doesn't like your power and skills as a magician, because it causes it to have to work harder to counter the things that you are bringing into this reality and creating. So the perfect thing to do is to lull you into a trance and put you into what I call the matrix fog, to where you're really not your presence on the astral plane and your magical prowess is reduced and diminished a great deal. It's almost kind of like you're like on the astral plane, your light's being put out a little bit. Um, wow, Power 893, what's up? And this is interesting. Power 93 says that, and it's not funny. Teeth is growing on their grandfather's corpse. Someone please explain what's happening. Hmm. I don't know. That's a weird phenomena. It sounds like that could be like some kind of like for real deal demonic, or not demonic, but vampiric type stuff. Your pig ate some of the teeth and died, and now eyes and teeth are growing all over its body. Well, sounds like a crazy story. That's for sure. Hey, Alicia, Merry Holidays to you too, and to everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and um, Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and all that stuff. I am going to do something real quick. Ugh, I am actually just going to tap this out right on the floor, and that's gross, but I need to clean here. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, happy Yule. There you go. Yes, love and respect to all of you here. And thanks for being here, everybody, especially on a Christmas Day. And I hope that your Christmas Day has been great for all of you. Ours has been dope so far. And I got to see my little angels last night, and it was so cool. And so far today, um, I'm gonna do a video chat with my daughters later, but I've talked to them already. And Santa like dropped off all kinds of crazy stuff for them here last night, so they're gonna see that, and they're all excited about that. But Sarah, Mothra, and Sagan, we watched Home Alone 2, Lost in New York this morning. Um, that was a lot of fun. I'm a sassy queen. Ethan said, "You just got a succubus. Do you have any tips on working with them? You haven't really developed my psychic abilities." Hey, what's up, Friar Pestle? Yo, bro, what's up? Yeah, we can talk about that, Ethan. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so all right, I would for first and foremost working with these spirits. Um, ooh, man, so it's where you're at in regards to your psychic abilities and your psychic your astral senses and development, that does play a role in it. Um however, depending on the energy dynamic between you and the spirit can certainly override anything it wants to, and your the abilities that you have developed thus far really isn't going to make a difference, because it's going to be so powerful that it's so undeniable you're going to feel it. So I've experienced some of both. So I would say that, like, yes, it is important, but at the same time, not in all cases. There can be times where you're going to get your mind blown and your world rocked, regardless of your psychic development, um, or your magical prowess, so to speak. Tips on working with them. I've definitely found that eating less, maintaining a really healthy diet and eating less meat, especially like red meat or like flesh. Fish is okay, but like heavy flesh, I've noticed that helps the connection a great deal. Um, and then really, like, you have to have the mindset of treating it as you would any other relationship, like as far as communication goes, as far as your approach to it, because you do have a spirit that's with you all the time, and you have to keep that in mind, and like take them into consideration, communicate with them. That's more important than any offerings. Like, and this is something that I do help other people to um, to develop these relationships in their lives, but I do and have had a relationship with a woman that I am madly in love with, and it's not so like a connection that I establish and keep and maintain for myself anymore, because to me, that just wouldn't be right. And so that's not something that I have in my life anymore. But it's something that a lot of people do get a lot out of, and I definitely learned a lot in my experience with those entities. um and it's it's one of those things where you definitely will get out of it what you put into it, of course. Um but these relationships, they can be very powerful, and be very deep and far, and go very far reaching. Um, yeah, they can certainly teach you a lot and be like a magical mentor type of situation where you're going to receive like automatic downloads of information. And then also, of course, too, in your dreams and things, that's something to certainly pay close attention to. I had a lot of very physical experiences with these beings. It was energetic, but just the things that I can't explain, that I've never experienced with any other kind of spirit. Um, and now, like with me, like like being so close to my partner, my physical partner Mothra, I would never ever allow a spirit um to get close to my energy in that way. I'm very I guard it a great deal now. Whereas before, I think that I was just so open with it, and of course, before I really found my partner, I was, you know, soul searching And when you are soul searching in that way, these spirits can find you. And it's really, like, it's hard for me to say, like, why is it that some people have an easier time developing these relationships and maintaining them, while other people really struggle with it. It's for millions of different reasons. But it does seem like some people do just have like a predisposition for these relationships. For some reason, I did. um, I did seek it out, but at the same time I didn't know what I was doing. And so when it did show up, I was floored. It like blew my mind. I was like, what the hell? Like, holy crap. I mean, I was scared. I was scared. I mean, straight up. I didn't know what the heck was happening to me. Um, I didn't know if it was a good thing or not. Like, it felt like it might not be, and I was like, what in the world is going on here? Like, this is crazy. And so that is what, if anything else, it got me into this whole crazy world of the occult and opened my eyes to um, other things outside of Christianity, which is the only thing that I ever knew up to that point. Um, was the Mormon Church and the Catholic Church, and so then I had this crazy stuff happening, and then I was like turning to the church to try to help me, because I felt like I was under like a spiritual attack, because it was scary to feel something physical on top of you at night, and to like feel your bed moving and all this kind of stuff, like very physical, tangible things, is like unnerving when you don't know about this kind of stuff. Um, and so I was like turning to the church to be like, help me with this. Like, this is crazy. This needs to stop. I don't know what's going on. And I was trying everything, like everything. Um, like covering myself in holy water and stuff before bed and like all this crazy crap. And like nothing did anything. It had no effect whatsoever. Um, but the main thing that happened is that it led me to want to explore what it was that was happening and what it was that I was dealing with, because I wasn't getting any help or any answers anywhere else. I had to find out on my own. And so, like, it really just makes me see too, like, that it was also like Lucifer's way of introducing me to a whole other world outside of organized religion, where, like, knowing thyself is the foundation of everything, and like truly discovering, like, for yourself, what else is out there. And that's what I had to do. I had to go out and find out for myself what the fuck is going on here. And you know, I didn't have a priest telling me this and this and this and this is what you do and that's what you do. I found the information all over the place. The internet. Thank goodness. I mean, without that, I don't know what the hell I would have done. I probably would have freaking went crazy, or I would have had to have like supplicated myself to the church even more. And that wasn't working. I would have just went insane, I guess. So thank goodness for this information that we all have access to now. Thank goodness for all you people out there. There's content creators out there. I mean, everybody, knows about so many amazing ones. I mean, they're like, I don't want to, there's so many great ones. I don't want to miss any of them. But, I mean, they're like people that were on here on YouTube talking about this stuff, talking about their experiences, and like sharing about like what's happened to them in their life, and regarding all of this crazy stuff. It's like it all is so interwoven, um like this path, while it has seemingly, like, for a long time, it definitely seemed like it took everything away from me, like literally everything, my whole life. And it did. Like, it absolutely did. Um, I did. Like, this spiritual path caused me to lose absolutely everything. It caused me to lose absolutely like who I was. But here's the thing, but that was a version of myself. Unfortunately, as a hard a pill as that is to swallow and as bittersweet as it needed to happen because like that person that I was totally lost and it wasn't me. And it was a version of just me trying to fit into a mold and placate the whole entire freaking world around me. Um, and like not really feeling it for myself and not really understanding any fucking thing at all. Just being totally trapped in this illusion um, without any understanding of like what's really happening whatsoever, and of course like now I feel like I have a better understanding of it. Do I really? Probably not. Do any of us really? Like, no. A little bit, of course. Yeah, I'm not saying we're stupid. You know, all of us here that are like searching for this knowledge and that are like, seekers of truth. I mean, this is going to be our thing. Like we're going to probably never stop. And it's just going, where is it going to lead to? Where is it going to end? I don't know. Who knows? Maybe nowhere, somewhere though, definitely like further than where we were before when we were all still asleep and all still very ignorant to so many freaking things. um and that was a thing, like, yeah, I felt like, wow, like how asleep I was. um and it's not that my life was horrible, it wasn't horrible, it was easier, right? Life was easier before you knew all of this. And like, it is so much so, like, Lucifer did come and let me bite off of that apple, so that now I do see the truth and I see the reality of it, like the beauty of it and the not so pretty parts of it. And it's, again, that's a tough pill to swallow, but he showed me that. And like, if that hadn't happened, I would still just be like living life, but still be walking asleep every day, never ever really knowing what is going on at all. And that's, you know, strange to me to think that life could have went on that way. I know there could have still been beautiful aspects to it, of course, but I know that this uh, apparently is what's supposed to happen. I do believe that there are elements of destiny involved in the elements of our creation and our free will. There is destiny there too. And like I can't help but feel that and know that like there is destiny, like there are things that are going to happen. There are things that are going to be born into this universe through people like me and you. Crazy magicians are bringing things into this reality every single day, like for real, bringing like new things are being born, things that insist on being born. And like that's kind of what has been like DMT has been showing me lately, that like that that like the divinity like straight up lives inside of you and expresses itself through you, and it like it demands to be born again and again and again and again and expressed in all the different varieties and ways that you could ever freaking imagine. And it just like relishes in all of it, like the pain, the sorrow, the happiness, the joy, the 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 birth, the death, all of it. The divinity just loves it all and just wants to just soak it all up and just it birth it out and destroy it again. And like really, that is what it is. Like as simple as that. Wow. Wow. No, Power 893. I have a girlfriend and she is awesome. She's sleeping right now. Hey, R123423. T Man says we all get bits and pieces of truth. What is important is us working together to put them together in a way to make sense. Yeah, absolutely. Straight up, man. And that's why I know too, like, getting together like this, all of us, and talking about these things, like that's where it's at, man. Because like, we are like all individually getting lots of little bits and pieces of this puzzle. And when we do come together, we are able to fit them together and make sense of it. And when that happens, that's like so freaking beautiful and so crazy. And for a lot of people, that can change their life. You never know. I broke into the shop and stole all the panties. Friar Pestle, the ability to really see myself in the light of truth was shocking. I'm still processing it all. Yeah, I feel you there. And yeah, me too. Like, um, huh. It's so wild when you sit back and you kind of look at like the person that you used to be and the person that you're becoming, the person that you want to become. Um, it's like, once, like I feel like if you're doing magic right, then that should be like your main goal, is to be better than you were the day before, and to make people's lives around you better than they were before. And that's my goal. Is that always what I do? No, unfortunately not. Sometimes I probably make people's lives around me very difficult, and it sucks, and I don't want to do that. None of us do. But um just making life good and making life better. I mean, that really should be the foundation of everybody's magic, right? To make life good and make life better, and to find out as much about you as possible, like what you're made of, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, like um the spending time in solitary, and really communing, not with just the spirits, not just with your ancestors, but like just with yourself and your own mind. um that's something that, through left hand past spirituality, that has really been something, that solitude. That was something that just kind of went part and parcel with it. And there's so much to be learned there. And that's a scary place to be too. For a lot of people, that's a very scary place to be. And like for a lot of people, that's like the most vulnerable position they could be in, is to be alone for a long time. But it is, like for me, um, that's what really kind of like kicked it off, and really helped me to connect with the spirits, and um, really like open up the portals, and everything that needed to happen. The initiations began, and um, you just allow yourself to be intuitively guided. Yeah. I got a big aura. Thank you. T Man said the shadow work is never done, but the cost of being the eternal student. Yeah. And man, oh, yeah, the shadow work is tough, isn't it, man? It is. It is. It is. And like, oh man, oh, it's a rough one. It is a rough one. It is, And so, and those of you too, if you have a partner that's magical, and you know, that can make things very exciting. They can also make things very tumultuous. And that's where communication is so important. It's so important because when you've got two magicians, especially under one roof, and they're both changing reality constantly, going, doing shadow work, going through lots of emotional ups and downs. It can be a roller coaster ride, and so it's just very important, that you trust each other. It's very important that you communicate. It's very important that you keep in mind that um you both have to like really be careful, like consciously aware to communicate a lot so that like things don't get crazy, because things can get crazy. um uh Magic, as you all know, that those of you that work um very in depth in this, I mean, like, it's a lot to handle. Like, this is stuff is no joke. You're seriously like messing with reality, like for real. And and it has implications. But it's all good and it's all fine as long as you can keep things into perspective and not allow things to get too far off of like one way or the other, because like that can happen. Um and like for me especially too, like, with me being bipolar, like, uh magic can be a hard one for me to navigate sometimes. Like, ooh I can go into some pretty wild places, but um while it's hard for me to deal with, and it does make my life suck sometimes, it does allow me to access some places that I'm feeling like may be a little more difficult for people that don't deal with that to access. So it is a gift, in a way, but very painful one. Um, yeah, that's a painful one. Gosh, Power 893. I just have a very balanced energy. That's all. I love women though. That's what's up with that. So was Santa good to everyone? What was the what was the coolest thing that anybody got this year? Author and I are going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night. That's the plan. And she's going to be showing me what she got me, something really, really, really awesome for Christmas. And she's a surprise and she wants to show me on our live stream. So all of y'all can see my reaction. You haven't opened any presents yet, T Man? I have a lot of presents that I'm saving for the 29th when we go to the hockey game. So we're going to be having Christmas again, too, So that's not the worst thing in the world when divorces happen for kids, because two Christmases is pretty freaking dope. It really is. I always liked the two Christmas thing myself. Um, I mean, really, it was great having who wouldn't want to have two Christmases, The hermit just smoking his pipe, no complaints. Yes, indeed. You haven't gotten a present since you were 18? Well, dang. I'm always going to give my kids presents, even when they're 88. Well, I'm sorry. You didn't get a present. Well, Merry Christmas anyway. Is everybody having good Christmas dinners tonight and stuff? I'm going to make some green bean casserole and probably some stuffing and stuff like that. And tomorrow night we're gonna go to the Outback and eat dinner there. We would go there tonight if they were open, but I don't think they're open tonight. So I used to have a lot of favorite Christmas foods and snacks, man. Oh my God, did I lose? I mean, I guess I can't even really say that I love food anymore, because I'm not really even able to eat a lot of food anymore. Um, I ate some Pizza Hut yesterday, and I drank some liquor, which is a big no-no for me. And my stomach was been pretty effed all day. I can't really eat a lot of normal things anymore. I used to really like sausage balls, like sausage and cheddar cheese, like those types of things. Um, like chicken and a biscuit crackers with like cheese on it. Um, ham biscuits. Um, baked beans and stuff like that, like deviled eggs. Like I love all that kind of stuff like so much. I haven't had it in a long time and like it would hurt and kill my stomach now. Like I definitely don't eat sausage anymore and or even like any kind of pork ever just because it just annihilates my stomach. And that and also too, just because of the way they're treated and everything. Um, but I used to love that stuff. Um, yeah, yeah, especially sausage balls. Those are so freaking good. Oh my god, you're funny. No, I didn't. No, actually, I did. Yeah, for my daughter. I actually did buy some unicorns for my daughter, though. Oh yeah, hey Friar Festival, I will. I haven't seen that one waitress, but we've only been in there like once, I think, since we went. But we're gonna go tomorrow night. You like cookies and shortbread cakes? Hell yeah. Yeah, I like some stuff like that too. Wow. Wow. Damn. So T Man is having a feast of turkey, ham, beef tongue, deviled eggs, enchiladas, and that's just what you're cooking at home. And you don't know what some of your extended family is bringing. Damn. Hell yeah. That sounds amazing. Yeah, you better be making room for that one. And that's the kind of thing like I would have like just eaten myself miserable at stuff like that. And I used to love to do that, but like I don't know, like I just can't anymore. Like for one, I just like start getting really full real quick feeling, and then I just feel sick, and then my body just won't digest it. Like especially if it's like a complex spicy recipe or something, like it's got to be like real kind of just straight up and not bland but not too crazy, and not with like lots of weird sauces or like especially um like broths and stuff, like especially with like any kind of animal fat oils and stuff in it, like that just like wrecks me. But the stuff tastes good. It tastes so freaking good though. Gosh, I would love to just be able to like tear into a delicious holiday feast of all of that yumminess. Um, but now I'll just eat a few bites of it. And that's cool. I can like at least get a taste. Just get a good taste of that. Yeah, T Man is rocking the feast. Goodness. That sounds really good. But yeah, when I was a kid, I used to go um, to two of my grandparents. I have really bad cotton mouth, so sorry. Um, I used to go to both my grandparents, and I'd start off at one and go there, and we eat all that good food. Like, oh yeah, like meatballs and barbecue sauce, like in the crock pot. You know how people do? And you just like eat them with like a toothpick. Oh, that is good as hell. And with like potato salad and coleslaw and all that, and the deviled eggs with there and that with some ham biscuits too, and some like brown mustard on that, and then like some cheddar cheese chunks, and then like the vegetables with the ranch dressing and everything. Shit. And like chicken and a biscuit crackers and stuff, Triscuits, wheat thins, um, like little smokies. What else? Oh, white chocolate with pretzels in it and stuff like that is really good. um, oh yeah, and my grandmother always wanted to get jalapeno poppers and pizza bites, like Totino's pizza rolls. So we used to eat those too at Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, T man. Yeah, and times of plenty feast, especially for when the lean times come. And I'm hoping those times are not going to come. Um, but I am somewhat preparing for it. I mean, I don't have like a lot of stored up food and stuff. I do want to prepare, and if for this year, one of my goals is to prepare a little bit more, put some more food away, put some water away. I do think that is important for everybody. Like I do, I believe that firmly. That's something that Mothra and I both grew up with, because her and I both grew up Mormon, and having a 2.5 year supply of food is just something that you do. Like that's something that every family that's a practicing Mormon is supposed to have. I never had that. I don't. I think she did. I think her parents had some food storage. Look, man, our society is very fragile, and you know that. And I think that it's almost irresponsible of you to not have some things ready, like some food and some water. I'm not saying that I got it all covered. I don't. I do have a little bit of some rice and some things. I mean, even like that, you gotta like have a heat source to cook it. Um, but I used to say big tubs of peanut butter, and I do want to order some like a case of like some like MREs and things to have that will have a long shelf life just in case. Um, it's just important. It's good to have. It's good to have. And there may come a time in the near future, who knows, when we might need those things. So I think that's always a good sound investment, and to have that peace of mind as well, um, because I do feel like our reality does have the potentiality to become very dark in the freaking very quickly, like in the blink of an eye. It truly does, and I hope that doesn't happen. But being ready for that, I think that we should all be ready for that. God, dude. Power 893. It was funny for a minute, but now it's not. But um this year, things that I'm excited about working on and working with really is like kind of really just like I'm really interested in just getting back into like some more foundational good old fashioned witchcraft. Um I mean, I want to still work with spirits and things, but I really want to get more in touch um, with like elemental magic and with like animal spirits, and like I really want even further. And like working with DMT is kind of like promotes that, and that's kind of been like a natural progression of mine over time over these past few years, and it's just something that like my spirits has been drawn to, and um and it's not that like that I ever am like walking away from anything at all, like it's just all of these things are just like another feather in your cap. um One of the things I would say to anyone, looking to increase your psychic abilities exponentially, like very, very quickly, to really like, in my opinion, like if you want to remove any obstacles that you may have, to obliterate any obstacles that you may have, um, I would say, a good source remedy for that would be ayahuasca. And if you feel called to explore DMT, DMT, which of course is ayahuasca, but they're different. Things have literally changed my life. Um, in so many ways that it would literally be a whole video to just name them all and to tell you how amazing it is. And I know, there's other practitioners now that are discovering ayahuasca and that have discovered ayahuasca. This is something that I discovered for myself, anyways, back in 2019. It changed my life forever. Um, and um, it's something that I will have a relationship with for until the day that I die, and DMT the same way. And it's just it's like that has been for me the missing link in all of this has been that. And once I sat with that medicine, like I said, it connected all of the dots of everything that I've ever done spiritually, everything that I'm doing, and everything that I think that I ever will do. um like that's where I feel like that destiny part comes from. It's like that was always there the whole time, and like everything that I'm doing and everything that's happening, of course, that it's all of this is all me, just like all of this is all you. Every bit of history, every bit of this present moment, and everything that will happen, and everybody that you know and love, and me, and everyone is all just you. Like it is all just us, and it's a beautiful thing. Um, Man, I know. Like I was on this search for God, like the whole entire time, and DMT showed me, like, it is you. It's you, man. There's a bigger picture, of course, to it. But like in this existence, like that is true. You are everything, like everything, and you are, you were, and you will be. Like it is, and like that's a mind blowing one. That's a tough one, and like that's the one too that it's so hard to explain to people and so hard to get people to understand. And it's like one of those things where you do have to have that aha moment to really get it, and why like so many things are in parables and all of that crap, because like it's not going to make sense until it's supposed to. And when that time comes, it does, and it will, and it all makes sense, and you got it, and you always had it. You always had it. You always had it. But that DMT and ayahuasca have shown me that more than anything else. Um, and that too, that all the spirits that I work with have always been there. They've always been there, but that they are all aspects of me too. So and and led me to my partner Mothra. Like, wow, like holy crap, man. Like DMT brought us together from like 3,000 miles away. Like crazy. Like, wow, that was some destiny too. Feels like it in a major way. Um, and I'm really excited 23 for all of you that watch this channel to get to know her. You're really in for a treat, let me tell you. She's a really cool person, man. She is an awesome, awesome person. Like she is amazing. And oh, wow, like she's changed my life, let me tell you. And she's got some really, really cool philosophies and outlooks on things that are like, like that really have enriched my spiritual life a great deal. And it's been like an honor and a privilege to not just to be her partner, but to get to know her in those ways. And um, and to like it's so cool to be able to like go on a spiritual journey with someone that you love and care about, and like grow together, and um see each other on their on their path, and while like we are both doing it together, both of our paths are like totally different and individual in like so many ways, but yet they complement each other in like this really, really beautiful symbiotic way. So it's really, really fun and really, really interesting. Um, and I'm very fortunate to have that, and it's precious to me. Um, and I think, like DMT, like that has shown me too, like how precious everyone is, in my life. And it makes me want to be a better person. It makes me want to take care of myself better. It makes me want to show the people that I love and care about how much that they mean to me more. And again, am I perfect at it? No, I'm not. Um, I'm still learning, in many ways. Uh, I wasn't shown the right ways, unfortunately, in many ways. So I'm figuring it out and reinventing the wheel in many cases. And, maybe that's an excuse too, but it's not entirely. Merry Christmas, Jay Phoenix. Wow, T Man, I like what you said. T Man said, "Have you ever danced in the mountain rain in the summer? You can't recommend it enough." That's something that Mothra was talking about the other day, actually, and how much she actually loves that. And that's something that when we go to Utah again, that we're going to kind of try to make happen. So, yeah. Oh, that's a video series. It's called that. The Mountain Rain in the Summer. Oh, I was actually wanting to actually dance in the rain. Merry Christmas, Jay Phoenix. Yeah, Friar Pestle got to meet Sarah. Yeah, and she has a good energy. Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, thanks for timing out Power 893. They were just poo pooing the whole thing. but but yeah, so I I I like, I lost my confidence to do this for a long time. And so I'm really making a conscious effort to get back on here. And, like I want, I guess I was really getting hung up on like, am I really bringing anything useful to anything, to anyone? And a lot of times too, just like feeling like, I don't know, I got nothing, and like, so I think like when this type of thing, at times there can just be a lot of pressure to deliver. And I think it's just like I just need to like let what is going to come out. And like that's what's going to how it's going to be. Sometimes it's just going to be very organic, and whatever is going to come out is going to come out. And it's going to be largely what you all create, because whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat, that's what's going to be happening as well. So very interactive, like it should be. And Martha is going to be with me a lot, and she's going to really spice it up a great deal. And her and I, man, we have a lot of really, really cool conversations that I can't wait to just like for to share with all of y'all, and for y'all to be a part of, and like see her perspective on some of these things, because like a lot of her perspectives on stuff is a lot different than mine. And like that makes things cool and interesting. um and then like too, like even though that's the case, like her and I are able to have these like really, really freaking awesome experiences together, that like, that even though we may have some like differences of opinions and beliefs in some things, like it is not a deal breaker or a hindrance in being able to come together and perform some really powerful kick-ass magic together, like by any means. So, like about that, and that's what I love, and what I think everybody should love about magic, is that there are really truly no limitations, and that you shouldn't try to put them on there. Um, are there universal laws? Okay, yes, there are. Okay, but all right, can we try to break some of those too? Sure, why not? So like, like what Mothra is all about is like being a pioneer, and she really means that, and that to really have that hunger to pioneer things, and that is what we should be doing. Um, is like pushing the envelope as much as we can, and like um, there's so much to be explored in just in this living thing that is this earth that we're a part of. Like there's so much to explore there, and the energy that surrounds it, and like all of the different layers. Like there's so many different energetic layers of reality that are stacked on top of each other, and that also like intermesh at times. Um and and it like it's wild, it's fun, it's interesting. um why I don't know. Why do I like it so much? I have no idea, I can't tell you. Like, why do you like it so much? Like, what is it about it? Like, you feel it like deep inside, like especially like in your solar plexus. Like, you're like, yeah, and it's just like pulling you. It's just pulling you along, but at the same time, you're driving it and you're guiding it. It's crazy, right? But and it's like you couldn't stop if you wanted to, because like it is like a runaway train, but it's not going off the rails. It's like it's going to outer space. Like it's going to new places. It's going to those deep dark reaches of the universe where the mysteries lie. Like that's where the answers to some of these mysteries are. But at the same time, all of those furthest reaches of the galaxy are all just right there inside of you. You are it, all of it. And like really, that's all we got to do is it's right inside of there, everything. Like the kingdom of heaven and all of that right there. Yeah. Mhm. And it's like, it's so crazy as individuals to even fathom that like we could actually just be thing one thing having some kind of crazy collective experience and egos and whatnot. But like from my perspective, like I am it, but at the same time there is your perspective as well, and I know the same is true for you, so it's really crazy when you like think about it in those ways. So Fryer saying you wanted to understand how your great grandmother could lay on hands, and you wanted to understand ghost and your mother's prophetic dreams, and finally what Jesus was really about magically. No joke. Hell yeah. And that's one thing too, like you mentioned, like laying on of hands. For me, um, before I even got interested in magic at all, energy healing was it. Like Reiki specifically, like that was my thing. That was what I was just like Reiki, energy healing. That was my thing, man. And like that is what I set out to learn. And like, you know, it's so weird, man. And like I'm sure you all have watched videos on that too. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't. I don't know. But um it seems to kind of be the case for that stuff. And the same goes for a lot of this witchcraft too. It's like one day you just wake up and you're like, I want to know more about this, or I need to know. And it's not, yeah, it's not really like I want to know about it. It's like I need to know about this. Like I need to know this. And it's like, and like I'm gonna speak for myself, but when I speak for myself, like I know like most of us have had these same experiences over the course of our awakenings. Um, it wasn't a matter of, like I said, of wanting to know these things. It was like I need to know, and I'm gonna push everything else in my life aside in order to obtain the knowledge for these this skill set. Like it's become like that important, like it's become more important than almost like anything else, like to where your people that live with you, that are around you, are like, what the hell is up with you, psycho Reiki man? Like all of a sudden, like what the like who cares about that dumb crap? Like why is that all of a sudden so freaking important, dude? um I don't know, I can't tell you. I have no idea, man. And like that, and like weird, right, and like the same thing can go for magic. Like why in the hell are you all of a sudden so with like mm, conjuring these spirits and connecting with them and communicating with them, and like what the hell is that motivation? Where does that come from? What's that all about, dude? Like, and how does that become an absolute obsession? um it's something that, like, once you get in that current, and you do then begin to remember who you truly are. You begin to remember who you were in your past life. You remember the shaman that you used to be. You remember that badass sorcerer that you once were, or actually that you still are, and that you're just going to continue to be building on in every single freaking lifetime. Um, but like, is that finally now, like, have I known Lucifer before the way that I know him now in this life? I don't know. Maybe not, because he does feel like he's always been there. Um, did I understand things? And that's the thing. Like, I'm still not absolutely sure why exactly why he came into my reality, in this reality. I mean, I do and I don't. Like, I'm still trying to understand, like, dude, like, are you just trying to show me the way out of this trap? Like, is this just actually a trap? Like, is it a soul trap? And are you just trying to show me the way out of the soul trap? Or is it a matter of you are really just showing me the truth of reality, and like what divinity actually is, and that I am really divinity, and that I am all of this, and that, like, that is what it is. Um, and like, is this something, is this reality, this existence, something that I do need to try to escape from, like, on a soul level? Or is it something that is to just be repeated again and again and again and again, in a million different ways and in a million different varieties? Um, Something that encompasses the totality of the emotional scale, 100%, every freaking degree and contrast of it. Um, like, maybe that is what it is, and that isn't anything to try to escape from. It's just something to accept and to enjoy to the fullest every single time you go around. I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet, for myself, me personally. Like, I know that nothing that I ever come up with is going to be an answer for anyone else but me. Like, you guys will all come to your own conclusions, and all of the answers and all the mysteries will be revealed to you when you are ready to accept them. And you know that somewhere in your timeline of reality. And when that time is right, you're going to let yourself have permission to access these faculties and to access certain information and all that stuff. Like we all, I know, like it's kind of like every single time I've grown to like a new level of I call it magical prowess. Um, it has very much been like unlocking keys and unlocking boxes inside of myself, like straight up. Like it was already in there, and I just was like unlocking it. Like here's a key, unlock, oop. Here's another key, unlock, oop. Here's another key, unlock, oop. Like, oh, it was already there. Like, whoa, like wow, like there is a filing cabinet in here or up there somewhere. The Akashic records, or whatever you want to call it, the collective, like there are, you do have keys to all of that, those filing cabinets, and you just have to freaking unlock the key and pull the file. And I know, like, it's absolutely crazy. You know, like, but like all of that, it's all you know, like that's the crazy thing of it. Like, I really have come to that strong conclusion. Yeah, what's up, Xander Promio? Happy holiday and prosperous new year to you and everyone. Thank you. And Fire Pestle says, trust me when I say that I was raised to believe that magic was a one-way ticket to hell, but you had to know, and it scared you more your core to get into this. Dude, straight up me too, dude. I was talking to Mothra about that the other day, and I was like, yeah, dude, like I was scared to death, dude, to do this too, man. Oh my gosh, like I was too. You know, with hey, that's what it takes, though, right? Like you gotta be like, and that's crazy. Like, right? Like, it's crazy to think that like we were willing to like be that crazy to just be like, I'm going to put my spiritual, um, potentially put my spirit, my eternal spiritual welfare and existence on the line here to find out, is this for real or not? And is like, what is the truth of behind reality? Like, do you want to know that bad? Is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to you to know? Is it worth it to you to know? Like, wow, like when it comes from a place like that, from that conditioning, that's the tough one for so many people, and I know I did that through it too. And like people have asked me before, like, is reverse baptism absolutely necessary for success in magic? I don't know. Have I done it for myself though? Yes, I did. And it's a part of a Bilal video that's on this channel from like 4 years ago or something. Do I think that is it, like, does that conditioning affect people on a subconscious level? And like, probably, would a reverse baptism remedy that? Probably. Since I've done it, I don't know if it's, if it was something that was like a make or break, but yeah, man, it takes some big balls to step into the circle and to conjure a demonic entity with the influence of a religious upbringing of any sort. Because what you are doing is such acts of heresy. It's crazy, right? But then, like, once you experience being in the presence of these beings, and they all do have their own very unique energetic signatures. I know you would, most of y'all that have experienced it would agree they do. You get to know them. You know it, you feel it. Um, it's it's not been anything scary or negative. I mean, I've had some crazy experiences, but it's never been um, It's never been that way. And so once that happens, then it really makes you think like, well, why am I being kept from this? Like this is that's not it's not what it was being advertised to be. Really, I guess on either end. Um, it wasn't what it was advertised to be from like the become a living God aspect of like propaganda. And it also wasn't the same thing that was being advertised from like the Catholic Church that was trying to like prevent me from doing these things. Like it, I found that like neither one of those things were really quite the exact gist of it. Both of them were roundabout somewhere in there. But I don't know. It's never felt like I don't feel like I'm an evil person. I could do evil things like anybody can, but like I don't feel that my spiritual practice is evil or wrong or that I would be going to hell for any of the things that I do. Like even if I was being judged by some god that would want to send me to some kind of place like that for eternity in my soul. Like, gosh, that's really harsh. Well, anyways, y'all, I've been on here for an hour and 11 minutes and it's Christmas. So I'm going to go and see my baby and give her a kiss and love her so much. And she's going to be on here with me tomorrow night. And I don't know what time we're going to do it yet, but I will put a thing out and it's going to be after we go out to dinner. So it's probably going to be like about a 9, about a 10, 9 or 10, probably. Yeah. And I can't wait to see you all. And hey, Pandora, and hey, Astara, and everybody else that was here. Like, thank you so much for being here. And Merry Christmas to you. And I would say Happy New Year, but I'm going to see you all again before the new year because I'm going to be doing this shit. Seriously, I'm going to be doing it. Even if I don't have anything to say, it's going to happen and it's going to come out. And I know. And I trust in the spirits that I work with that if I have messages or if they have messages to deliver, that they have permission to use me as a mouthpiece to deliver that information to anybody that is interested in hearing it. So, that's going to be happening. You know that's right. So, anyway, I'm out of here. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Smell my face. Smell it good. Love you guys. And Mother loves you too. And can't wait to chill with all of y'all. Her and I chill with all of y'all because that's going to be dope. Hell yeah. All right. Well, see you guys. And two, don't forget, have to mention because I have to do it. Check out my website, jdtemple.info. jdtemple.info. Check out that website, jdtemple.info, if you want to. I got cool shit on there like this. It makes dope ass Christmas presents. It makes dope ass New Year's presents, anniversary gifts, birthday, you name it. You can get one of these bad boys right there. I have another one too, protection one. I don't have that one with me right now, but it's somewhere out there. jdtemple.info, you can find those things and all of my custom rituals, consultations, and much more there. So thank you for that, Friar Pestle. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I got to go. Love you guys. Smell my face. Smell good. See you soon. Bye.